Hey there, how you doing? This is Jay reporting with reddawnpost.com. It's February 6, 2012. This story is coming from the Washington Post. It says Egypt names Americans charged in NGO probe. Sam LaHood among those facing criminal charges. Now, let me give you a little insight to what this is about before I actually read the article. Remember the Egyptian protests that broke out so fast, so quickly, and so well organized, as if somebody must have organized it and must have put it together through the CIA, the MI6, all these secret organizations that we have no right nor clue to know what they're doing because it's national security. It's under the guise of national security. Um, and this is how they keep things from us under the guise of under the blanket, so to speak, of national security. Well, Egypt is apparently investigating this. Um, Let me read the article now. Egyptian authorities have charged the Egyptian country directors of the International Democratic Institute and the International Republican Institute. Notice both of them, the false left right paradigm, they're both on the same team, okay? In an investigation into the financing of the pro democracy organization's state media reported Monday. IRI's Sam LaHood, the son of U.S. Transportation Secretary Ray LaHood, was the first of the 43 names published Monday afternoon on the Arabic language website by state-owned newspaper Al Ahram. Several other American and Egyptian IRI employees are also being charged. National Democratic Institute Egypt head Julie Hughes is also on the list, along with more than a dozen colleagues of various nationalities. Also charged is Patrick Butler of the International Center for Journalists. See, these people were funding um, groups to organize these uprises, not only in Egypt but in Libya and in Syria too. I can most definitely guarantee you. Okay, but listen, the list published Monday names 14 of the individuals charged. Fugitives, suggesting several managed to leave Egypt before the government imposed a travel ban. Blah blah blah. They are charged with spending money from organizations that were operating in Egypt without a license. Okay, CIA, MI6, Blackwater, whoever. Okay? Egyptian authorities had announced Sunday that they intended to prosecute 19 Americans as part of the investigation, and development added pressure to an already strained relationship between Egypt's ruling generals and the Obama administration. Okay? This even gets even more interesting here, though. Um, U.S. officials have sternly warned Cairo in recent days that roughly $1.5 billion in aid earmarked, listen to that, earmarked for Egypt. Okay, this is how they spend our money, on earmarks that you don't see. Okay, $1.5 billion. First of all, forgetting this story altogether, where the hell do we have $1.5 billion if we're in the so-called recession? If we had to so-called bail out these big tyrant banks, where do we have $1.5 billion to give anybody? Well, we don't have the money. Remember, we're in a recession, right? There's people losing their homes. There's people getting kicked out to this freaking street because instead of bailing the people out, they bailed the too big to fail banks out, which is that was just a bunch of bull crap anyway. But okay, it was earmarked for Egypt this year. It could be withheld if now they're threatening to withhold this money though if the politically charged investigation isn't resolved quickly. Why is that? Why? What are they so worried about? Why are they so worried about this investigation? See, this is how you. This is how the New World Order. This is how the elites bully people around. It's not just America. Okay, they're using America as one of the arms of the New World Order. You also. That's the muscle. That's unfortunately Uh, we are living in the district of the military. part of this whole world order. Okay, London is the financial sect, and the Vatican City is the religious sect of it, and it all three of those make a pyramid if you connect them. Okay, but another interesting thing about the District of Columbia, Washington D.C., London City, and Vatican City is they're all city states. They are not part of the country that they are in. They're individual city states. They have their own flag and everything. Okay. Anyway, getting back to this story, Washington enjoyed a good relationship with Egypt's generals during the reign of President Hosni Mubarak, when the military was seen as a bulwark against Islamic extremists, and Mubarak regime was Israel's most important Arab ally. But those ties have soured over the past year as the generals have struggled to govern a country reeling from near daily protests, economic woes, and unprecedented level of violence. Yeah, this is probably the real protests going on because the people probably see what's going on. The military leaders have often accused foreigners of working covertly to destabilize Egypt during the difficult transition to civilian rule. That's exactly what's happening, and that's why they're threatening to withhold the 1.5 billion dollars, that billion with a B, that we don't have. You know, Faiza Abu Naga, Egypt's Prime Minister for International Cooperation, who is widely seen as the mastermind of the probe, said Sunday's announcement should leave no doubt about the government's seriousness about the discovery of some of these groups' plans and destabilize Egypt. The state-owned newspaper Al Aram reported on its website. The minister is among the few Mubarak loyalists who remain in Egypt. In the Egyptian cabinet, Egypt has banned a number of non-governmental organizations, workers, including Lahud, country director of the International Republican Institute, from leaving the country, fearing they could be arrested. At least three of the Americans under investigation have sought shelter at U.S. Embassy. In response to pressure from Washington, Egypt officials have said in recent days that they were unable to meddle in a judicial matter. This is exactly what everybody was saying. Alex Jones was saying this. I know a lot of you might not like him, whatever. I don't necessarily agree. I kind of wonder about them sometimes, but who cares? It doesn't matter. I'm not worried about people. I'm worried about solutions now. I'm done finger pointing. We need to find the solution now. We know the problem. We can chase this problem all day. They'll keep giving us problems to chase. They'll give us false problems to chase. But part of the problem is within us. It's within our psyche. The damage has been done. So part of the problem is us. I see us fighting each other. I see us making videos about each other. I see us nitpicking each other. If someone's going to talk about you, you know what? Just ignore them. I know, I'm guilty too, but this is what I'm saying now. Ignore. People have to go out of their way to talk about you. Just ignore them. But anyway, this is what they're doing. They're funding. They're funding. What did they call them? They're funding organizations to start these upheavals. That's exactly what's going on. And someone in Egypt has caught on to it, and now they're threatening them over an investigation just because they're conducting an investigation. They're threatening to pull the $1.5 billion dollars. That I really don't understand how they're giving them that when we're in a recession, and so on and so forth. And and that's not the only. We're giving Israel 3 billion plus, I think. Okay, not to count everything else. Okay, this is another reason for maybe voting for Ron Paul. I mean, people are still going to vote, so we might as well go out there, put Ron Paul in office, and see what happens. And then, if he turns out to be one of them, then that's when we snap. And that's when we quit voting. That's when we quit doing everything. And we quit playing this game. We should already quit playing this game. Quit watching their stupid Super Bowls and quit watching television, period, and do some research. And don't go out disagreeing with people because you think you know everything when you haven't done one lick of research. So this is what's happening, and this is what everybody thought was happening. before this news story. Um, they're funding outside organizations to organize and start these protests and unrests. And just as a side note, in Libya, uh, Gaddafi was not had his own central bank, and he was about to start buying oil with a gold dinar, which would have messed things up big time for the banksters. So think about that too before you hear all these lies that the media likes to tell you. Um, so there you go. Chew on that for a minute. Visit my blog, reddawnpost.com. Sign up for my newsletter. Um, Give me a thumbs up if you think I'm doing a good job. I'm trying to start bringing you the news and start bringing you what I believe is important. So leave a comment, give me a thumbs up. Really appreciate it. Take care.